Welcome to my Bougie on a Budget series. I'm doing this the whole month of January because times are tight for me too. So this week, a full face of NYX because you asked for it. This entire face is, in my opinion, red carpet glam that we're seeing at all the awards ceremonies this week. And we've used all NYX, and let me tell you, it is absolutely beautiful, even close up. I would completely wear this whole look to the red carpet myself, and it's not gonna break the bank. You can look bougie on a budget. If you are here for mature beauty content, would you subscribe? What are you waiting for? I deliver. I'm a 25-year makeup artist, so I got you, okay? So let's get started, and I'm glad you're here. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Spieler, an over 25-year professional makeup artist. I worked in Hollywood. I know high def, but I also know how to look good close up, and that's what I'm here to teach you. And continuing in my series of Beauty on the Budget, today, because it's award season, I'm wearing my fancy sequin shirt, and I'm going to do a soft glam look that I'm seeing on all of the actresses on the red carpet. Okay, I'm also the creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass, a series of 23 videos on mature technique, covering all products, covering all budgets, skincare, skin prep, all the things for you. And who's it for? Well, if you're over, I'd say 36 is when I really started to see my skin and face change. If you're over that age, it's probably for you. It is. Anyway, I'm glad we're here, and I'm going to skin prep because one thing I don't do often, and I've had some of you ask, but when I get out of the shower, because my skin is already damp, I get out of the shower and I layer all my skincare. And then I will wait a few minutes, do my SPF, wait a few minutes, do my primer. So sometimes by the time I come down to film, my skin is not as freshly applied. And then I find that sometimes the makeup doesn't go on. You almost have to do it all at the same time. Do any of you have that trouble? So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. It's not NYX or NYX. I think it's NYX. I always called it NYX makeup, but I think it's NYX. Anyway, I didn't see an SPF at NYX, so I'm gonna use this e.l.f. because I love the glow it gives. Look at that glow. It also has an SPF 30. I'm not going anywhere today. We have sun outside. I've got great light in this room because of the white bounce. That white snow bounces light right back into this room. I'm near two windows. I have my beautiful Ilios light. Some of you got this Ilios light and makeup mirror for Christmas, and I am loving the testimonies because some of you are like, oh my gosh, I had hair and lines and wrinkles that I didn't even know I had. I'm like, yeah, this is why we have to have a magnification mirror. We have to. We're not fooling the world. If you just want to walk around in denial, younger people are going to see whiskers and all the things. So let's not do that. It comes with this mirror. It's phenomenal. This is the regular mirror. Hi. And then this is the close-up. It's a 10-time magnification. It's not distorted at all. You can see your whole face, but I will tell you, it is the most amazing mirror I've ever seen. Okay, we're gonna get started with a little pimento cheese today. I'm really loving pimento cheese. When I'm busy, it's something I can grab real quick. It holds me. Okay, so I bought all this NYX for you. Some things I had, but I bought it all for you. It was not cheap. But I really want to show women how to look high-end and luxury using drugstore, and it is possible. It's never been a better time ever. Okay, so I'm gonna do a look on myself today where I really feel like it's what I would do if I was going to the red carpet. Now, NYX is known for their marshmallow primer. I never bought it. It went viral a couple times in the last couple years. I never bought it because I'm not always the hugest primer fan. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. This is their #1 seller. And the reason it's so good is because it kind of like blurs and it makes skin kind of cushiony. And let's see, I'm sure it has a ton of silicone in it. Let's see, water is the #1 ingredient. Glycol, shea butter, sorbate. Hey, guess what? The first 5, 6 ingredients are not silicone. So I guess it's not silicone based. Let me know in comments if you've tried this, but this is what they're really known for. So I'm just gonna take 2 pumps. That's 2 pumps, probably too much. Oh, it's tacky. And I just put primer just where I need primer, right? Where the pores are. Rub it into those pores, because what it does is it helps makeup to stay there. It helps makeup to look more smooth. Ooh, this feels really nice. Okay, what's left over, I'm gonna pat over my face. It feels nice. Let's see how it looks close up, because sometimes things don't layer nice, as we saw in my L'Oreal video. I had to take it all off and start over, or some of it. Okay, it looks great. It looks great. Okay, so while I'm waiting for all of that to really set, I'm going to start on eyebrows. Now, I like to do eyebrows on nude skin, nude dry skin. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the NYX High Def powder. By the way, I used to use this all the time at ESPN. It's really nice. It kind of mimics the Makeup Forever High Def powder. And so I really, really liked this for, put a little powder on my eyelids, because I get oily on my eyelids. It's a great powder. A lot of you ask for links when I'm doing these videos, and sometimes I just don't. A lot of stuff I'll put in my Shop My Shelf or Shop My Looks, especially if it's more high-end. It's tougher to do drugstore. YouTube encourages us to embed the products into the videos, so you'll always see like a little, down in the corner, you'll see like products, and you can click on that and it takes you to a list of what I've used. Some women don't know that or understand that, so they're like, where's the list? Because they're so used to seeing a list of links. I could put this all in my Target shop. I just got a new Target shop. I was just approved. So we'll see. I don't know yet. Today is Friday and this is gonna air tomorrow. I'm a little itchy. So I don't know where I'm gonna put the links yet, but I try to help you, but I'm really here more to show you and to show you technique and products, and not necessarily to make money off this stuff. I know that probably sounds stupid, but it just is what it is, okay? So, all right, I'm gonna go in with their little ink pen. This is the NYX ink pen, and we will see. Now it's kind of hard to see with my hand in the way, but it puts little strokes into the brows, especially where the brows can get a little sparse. I have a little SPF collecting in my eyebrows. Does that ever happen to you? And then it starts to roll off and flake off, and it drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. I just want it all to lay nice and play nice. Okay, I think that's better. The brows at the awards season are soft and a little bit thicker. If you look at Emma Stone, I'm trying to think of some actresses right off. Selena Gomez, of course Selena's young, so of course she's gonna have a beautiful thick brow, but I'm trying to think of older gals. But even on the older gals, we saw kind of a thicker, bushier, but soft eyebrow. So you just paint in little teeny strokes. And it takes time. I'm not gonna lie, this is why I never do my brows on camera. It takes me a lot of time to get them right. Okay, I think that'll work okay. But you see, you hold the pen upside down. Now I have a new pen coming because this one is thicker than I like. I like a thin pen. My favorite brow product is the Kosas Nano Brow because it just puts the brows on in tiny little hair strokes. But sometimes even a pen can look more realistic than a pencil. And so I love these little pens. The problem is this one is a little too thick. So I don't always love when it's thick. I have a darker brow naturally because I'm not a real blonde, big surprise. All right, that'll have to do. I don't love them, but it'll have to do. But it's important we use NYX, so there it is. It's the NYX brow pen. This is, I think, taupe. Oh no, it's blonde. It's blonde. And then you can take a spoolie. Somewhere I have a NYX brow gel too, where it's almost like a thick glue. I'll see if I can find it before the video's over. This eyebrow's longer, do you see? And then this one's shorter. Most of us have asymmetrical brows. It is what it is. I try to even it out without looking too crazy because I can make it look even on camera, but it's not gonna look good in person. It's gonna look super fake. And what do? I teach how to look good close up. We're not doing social media makeup where we're trying to fool the world. I got a little rogue hair. Okay. I think that works. Kind of boring. See, this is why I don't like to do brows on camera. I think that was really boring. Okay, I'm gonna go in with some underpainting before I start. Now, here's the thing. I went to Ulta yesterday. We got snow in Nashville this week. We haven't been able to drive on the roads. This isn't Chicago, Boston, New York, or Minnesota. This isn't an area where we're used to snow, so you're kind of stuck. You can't really go on the roads. I had a small window yesterday where I ran Gracie to the ice rink. I popped into Ulta to buy products. I did not like the selection of NYX foundations. They have a heavy coverage, which I don't like on mature skin, so I did not buy it. They also had a blur. It's like a little tube and it says blur, and I thought, oh, perfect, it's like a tinted moisturizer. Nope, it's also a heavier texture and it's matte, and I do not like matte texture on mature skin unless you are going for a specific look or you're oily and you really want that matte skin. So I felt like NYX offered nothing for the mature, normal to dry woman. So we are gonna only do our whole face with this Bear With Me serum because I really love this serum. Concealer. We're gonna conceal our face. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a little bit tiny bit. Oh, you know what? I don't really wanna do my nose yet because I'm gonna put concealer on my nose. But I know I'm not gonna put concealer in this area or here. Okay, that's where I'm gonna put it. It's a really nice stick. It really glides on well. And then this side is a highlighter. I might not use the highlighter, we'll see. But I did wanna put this really nice. They did have some contouring. They definitely had some contouring at Golden Globes, the Emmys, the Critics' Choice Awards, but it was subtle. It was subtle. So I'm putting it on first because then we're going to blend around it. And then remember where we put, this is called underpainting, where we put contour and bronzer, we don't have to put concealer. So we're not doing too much layering. Okay, so that's nice. That's a nice color. It's warm like a bronzer. This side looks heavier, maybe because I had more on the brush. And then we're gonna go into the hairline, but remember, we're not doing the temples. We're keeping this light, because if we hollow the temples, it's gonna make us look like a skeleton. I call it Skeletor, but some women get so offended by that. I don't know, I think it's funny. Can we not laugh? Can we not laugh at ourselves as we age? I think that's healthy to make fun of things. Some people are just so easily offended. I always know it's not Gen X. If you're easily offended, I'm thinking you're millennial. I have a lot of millennial friends. A lot. A lot of my friends are 10 to 15 years younger than me. Not my best friend, Kara, or my other bestie, Gwen. She's a couple of years younger than me. Kara's a couple of years older than me. But most of my friends are in their early 40s. And their generation is just easily offended. Okay, I'm not gonna do my nose, but look at that nice dimension and warmth that gave me. I might not need a bronzer though. I did buy one. I bought a powder bronzer. So I'm gonna just leave that. And now we're gonna go into concealing. I have a lighter one, and then I have this, oops. I have this deeper one, because you know, we have to go a little bit deeper through the T-zone. We just have to. So let's see how this does. The deeper color I got is medium. It's medium. And then this lighter color I have is beige. So I have beige and I have medium. And we're gonna, let's see. I'm gonna use this brush. Who makes this brush? Jenny Patinkin. I love Jenny Patinkin. I'm gonna prime the brush just like Katie Jane Hughes always talks about. And then we're gonna go in, because now it's on every bristle of the brush. She does this with foundation, not concealer. Okay, let me see how that looks on my nose, because I've never used it on my nose before. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's totally traceless. You don't see it. Holy moly. Okay. So that was my nose, and I went a little bit darker than my skin tone, because remember, we don't want to show texture. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit more. Look, I'm priming the brush. I'm priming the brush, really getting the product in there. I'm gonna do this area where I have texture, right? So I'm not going into where the contour is, because we already laid down the contour. We did our underpainting. Nice. It's darker than my neck. We won't worry about that right now. And then I'm going to take a little bit more, priming the brush, really getting it into that brush. And I'm going to do the sides of my forehead, but not the temples. I'm going to leave this empty right here, because I'm going to go in with a lighter color. Kind of blending over the contour. Okay. And then We'll see how it looks in my textured areas. And then we're gonna do a lighter color here, so you can see I have no coverage here. We're gonna do a lighter color at the temples. We're gonna do a lighter color right here. And then I'm gonna do my eyes, and I'll do my concealer under my eye after that, okay? Now, because it's darker, I'm gonna take what's on the brush, buff it down the neck a little bit. Most of us, if we've been in the sun, don't have a neck that necessarily matches our face, and that's okay. Okay, so it's looking a little crazy. It's okay, because now we're gonna go in with the lighter color. Okay, that's the lighter color. And I'm gonna get a totally different brush. I'm gonna use the Hourglass. I'm gonna really buff it in there. This is the lighter color. I'm gonna go, oh yeah, that's pretty. I'm gonna go up through the center. Not pretty, it's lighter. I'm gonna, oops, great, some just went on my carpet. I can't wait to get rid of carpet and get good old-fashioned wood floors in here. It's gonna make it more echoey, but I dropped so much makeup. Okay. See, because we're lighter, a little lighter on the jaw, but I've got to be careful because I don't want to get the light color. See how I'm going lighter in the temples? Look, it just added volume. I don't see anyone ever talking about that unless they've copied me. Don't ask me how I know, but I know. I had a video that went viral, did like 1 million, and then suddenly all these mature people are talking about it. Okay, I'm gonna go down the center of my nose a little bit. Okay. Looks good. So we're a little bit lighter through here. We're lighter in the temple. We are lighter on the jawline. Okay, that looks pretty. It looks warm. I don't think I'm gonna need bronzer, and I bought a bronzer, but we'll see. We'll see, because I can always bronze my neck too. And a lot of these actresses have the tiniest bit of, what am I trying to say? Self-tanner on. Or they'll get a spray tan, but they go real light. They're just trying to cut the pasty. They're not trying to be Kardashian tan. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna cut the video. Okay, I just went to look for the NYX brow gel, and I cannot find it anywhere. I don't know if it's just buried somewhere, if I lost it in the move, if I threw it away, I don't know, but I would love a brow gel, so I might have to use one. Okay, and I looked at this close up. This is beautiful. I mean, this is a 10-time magnification mirror, and I'm just like kind of patting it in. It's very, do you see how glowy it is? It's a serum concealer. It's a serum concealer, and it looks even pretty through my texture areas. Okay. I love it. Okay, I'm not gonna powder yet because I wanna see how this dries down, because all concealer, all liquid concealer, all liquid foundation dries down. But this is so nice to know. Look, I just did my whole face with just 2 different concealers, a light and a medium, and it's got beautiful glow and dimension, and I've got that little bit of contour on, which kind of looks like a bronzer. And I really like this look. Now what I can do is now I can, oh, I hate when that happens. How did I do that? I can go in. We're gonna contour the nose. This is something I've been wanting to teach on TikTok too, because I did a whole video that our nose continues to kind of sag and dip as we get older. I used to have like a total button nose, total button nose. And from the side, this went up and now it's dipping down, and that's just part of aging. By doing it with my finger, it makes it look softer, like you can't see any lines. But what we can do is, let me grab, I love this BK Beauty brush. It's number 205 because see how it's at an angle? So I'm gonna take the tiniest bit and starting at the eyebrow, I did see contour on the nose at the EMMYS, but it was so soft and blended. And then so that we don't see how we're gonna go in here. This is at an angle, so it blends it for you. And then we're gonna go down the nose, because when I studied my nose as a young woman in my 20s, I was dark right through there. And by dark, I mean like just the natural shadow of my natural nose. I never ever contoured my nose when I was younger, okay? I'm not trying to make my nose look skinny. I have a broad nose. I've always had a broad nose. For me, this is about kind of getting my shape back, and it's something that looks pretty close up. I really love this color too because it almost looks like a bronzer, so it's not that grayish fake look. It's called Wonder Stick, and this is shade medium. I really like this. So we go up to the brow, we kind of come into the inner eye a little bit, go down, and then we almost do like a C shape, like a C and a C, like think of little Chanel C's. And then this part of my nose was always darker, okay? And then I've got that little shadow where my nose would kind of lift up, okay? Now that might not be for everyone. You might not want to contour your nose, and I'm certainly not here to tell you you need to. I really think contouring the nose is a very personal decision, and some women don't want to take the time every day, because look at this, has taken some time, but I feel like it gives me that a little bit of my lift back, just a little bit. It's just subtle, but we'll take it at this age. Okay, I bought these gorgeous eyeshadows. I almost went with their neutral palette, but then I thought, well, anyone can do a neutral palette, right? And this had neutrals. If I can get it open, good old drugstore packaging. This is the Paradise Shock, but they also had one called, I don't remember, but it was like Everyday Natural or Everyday Neutral. It was very pretty. It really was. But I thought, if I'm gonna spend 20 bucks on a palette, I wanted to have some fun stuff in here. And look, we have some neutrals, so we can definitely go neutral. So I think what I'm gonna do, ooh, there's some fun shimmers. Let me see how this shimmer looks on the eye. It's kind of a champagne color. Oh yeah. That's really pretty. I love that. And then you could take a little brush, a little pencil brush, and go into that inner eye. See that? It's a real pretty shimmer. And then let's see how this soft color looks. I'm gonna do this. I have no idea if this is gonna go on. Oh yeah, that's a nice medium See how I'm kind of going into the inner nose there? This went on a little deeper than it looks, and that's what I was hoping. You just never know with shadows. It's so interesting, isn't it? I'm going neutral because if you look at the actresses, eyeshadow was not a big deal. Eyeshadow was actually pretty light. There wasn't a lot of contrast. You did not see a lot of deep shadow looks, nothing dramatic. The drama was in the eyeliner and the lashes. Every single actress had on Lashify. And I know because I'm in the Lashify Pro group and I know exactly what they used on who. I love Lashify. I could have done Lashify today, but I didn't want to because I don't feel like sleeping in Lashify over the weekend. Well, maybe I'll change my mind, but I'm gonna do mascara today and then I might pop a lash on at the end. So this is about the extent. They did not go any heavier than this at all. And then we could go back in with a little, see this little lighter kind of sand color. You can kind of go in and go around the outside to make sure everything stays soft and blended. I love that. Now I almost might want to take a little bit of this pink because I'm going with a pink look today. Now this is more of a corally pink, but I think if I mix it with this little pink here, yep. I kind of want to do a tiny bit of pink on the eye. Do you see that pink? So I tapped here and then I rubbed here, kind of keeping it more on the outside to the middle. See that little bit of pink? It's so, so soft. It's almost like a peachy pink. That's what I want. And then I'm gonna go in with more of this sparkle just in the middle. And you don't have to wear sparkle or shimmer if it makes you feel self-conscious or uncomfortable. I love a sparkle. I can't help it. I love it. And then I bought a NYX pencil in, I think it's dark brown. And let's see, how am I gonna do this? I'll tell you how I'm gonna do this. I gotta get my mirror over here. Oh, I need another piece of... It glows pretty though, right? Really pretty. Okay. I need to get my mirror right here so I can see what I'm doing without blocking. It's hard to film content when you're older because you have to have a mirror. We're not like the young girls. We can't just look into the camera and use the camera as our mirror. We can't see it. So as mature women, we just have to do our makeup a little differently. We have to do our content a little differently. That's okay. Okay, this is pretty. I'm doing it kind of thick too, but I'm going light. So you're not gonna see like a line. It's just gonna look soft and blended. This is another really popular technique of Hollywood makeup artists, is they use a lot of pencil and the side of the pencil to blend a thicker but very diffused looking eyeliner, and then they use tight line up here on the waterline to really create that black depth, but they don't put black on the top of the eye. And then they also really emphasize the lashes. Lashes are king. And even a couple gals who I thought just had mascara on, I saw them close up in the Lashify Pro group, and I was like, oh, they had Lashify on. It was just done so softly and pretty. I thought they just had mascara. Okay, so again, you don't have to do a wing. That's just something I love, but you could do this whole... Do you see how I've done that? Where I'm kind of using the side of the pencil, and it's not like a defined line. It's just really, really soft. And then we're gonna take, oh, and I saw a lot of like major inner eye rimming. And what's real popular right now is using brown to rim the inner eye because it's so much softer than black. But then you can take my favorite little BK Beauty brush. It's the little smudge brush. Is this 204? Yep, 204. And then you can kind of like blend that even more so that you have a very diffused kind of airbrush or ombre look to the eye. Okay, that's it. That's all we're doing for eyeliner because the red carpet was about lashes. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, it was very hard to find mascara, but I got this On the Rise Volume Mascara by NYX. Again, I told you I'm gonna use probably fake lashes, but let's see how this mascara is because I've never ever seen anyone talk about NYX mascara. It's nice. I don't know about you, but I have to use a mascara for about a week, maybe 3 or 4 times before I can tell if I love it or would recommend it. There's a few mascaras in my life where the first time I used it, I was like, wow, I love this. That was Dior Show, but Dior Show's very expensive, and the big joke in the industry is it dries out in 3 weeks. I also absolutely love Jones Road mascara. It's very thickening. It lengthens too, but I love Jones Road mascara. It's one of my favorites. And then I love Thrive Tubing Mascara or Milani. If you want a version that's less, Milani's only $14.99 and you don't have to pay for expensive shipping because you can get it in the drugstore. I have a big chunk right here. And even though I talk about loving Tammy Faye Baker lashes, I don't want balls or chunks on my eye like she had. She would have like, you get close up and she would have literally balls of mascara. She loved it. I like a thick chunky mascara. I just don't want like balls of old mascara there. So anyway, those are the ones I love. Thrive Tubing or Milani, Jones Road, Dior Show. Also, I love, YSL. The YSL Lash Clash Mascara in brown. I think we all know how much I love brown mascara. I created a beautiful brown mascara with Mob Beauty. And somehow putting the warm brown pigment into it changed the formula. So they're not happy with the formula right now, which is why we haven't launched it. Because I created it back in June. Back in June when I was crazy about brown mascaras. And it's so pretty. It's a little bit richer than the YSL one, and it changed the formula, so they're trying to work on that amongst many other things they're working on. So I think my mascara took a little bit of a back seat, but that's okay because I want them to succeed and become like a really huge brand. And so I just trust their timing and everything. Okay, that's pretty. See? See? Let's see. Let's put some white behind me. I'll put some male. It almost looks like a fake lash, but it's just this. It's pretty. It's very pretty. Okay, not bad. I think it was $9.99. It's called On the Rise Volume Lift Mascara. So for those of you who your lashes fall after mascara, this claims it doesn't. Do we believe them? Okay, so I will be back. Okay, I put on one lash because I wanted you to see the difference. I almost like my eye better with just mascara, but I know from experience that when you go on the red carpet or you're on stage and the lights are so bright, it almost makes your eyes or lashes look a little puny or like you skipped a step. So this is why so many people do wear fake lashes. So it's very pretty. I just think it kind of hides my eyelid, and it could be the style. You know, I didn't have to pick this style, but I wanted to keep it with kind of drugstore, and this is Ardell. These are very pretty. They're Ardell 425, and they're from the Naked Lash line. The Naked Lashes are very comfortable, and the band is kind of invisible. As you can see, it's kind of invisible. So anyway, I just wanted you to see the difference. Let me know in comments which you like better. Do you like the more natural, it's still soft glam, but I think I like this better. But I like this too. I don't know, let me know in comments what you think. But I'm back, and now I feel like I don't like my eyes as much. I will tell you this too. As I was putting this lash on, I could not believe how straight up my lashes are. So this really does lift whatever's in it. It really does lift the lashes. Now, I am someone who doesn't have a lot of problem with my lashes falling. I mean, maybe they do, but I don't pay attention that much. But these were like standing straight up at attention. So I don't know, maybe once my lips and cheeks are on, I'll like the lashes better, but I almost feel like I don't like this look as much, and I'm kind of disappointed, but we're gonna just roll with it. Okay, so guess what we need now? I think you can probably guess, concealer, because you can see I'm still purple and pink all around my eye. So I'm gonna go in with the beige. Beige is not super light, okay? And I'm gonna use just the tiny, that's probably too much. But what I like about beige is we're not going too light. If we went too light under the eye, it's not gonna be pretty. So I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. Again, you kind of like really get it in there. And then going in to all the areas that are discolored. We're gonna paint on our concealer. Do you notice how I'm not going into the lower eyelid? Do you see all this natural shadow? That's just my natural skin tone under my eye, and I'm leaving it. I do not want to take the concealer up to my lash line because it's gonna close off the eye. It's gonna make it look really narrow and a little like I'm squinting, and I want my eyes as I get older to look more round. I always had an almond lifted eye when I was younger, but as I get older, I want it to be a little bit more round. Okay, so that is very pretty. That is the beige. Again, it's not that light. A lot of women go too light. I see it a lot. They go too light under their eyes, and it just accentuates. And do you see by using a fluffy brush, and this brush is by Well People, you can get it at Target. I like Well People, they're clean beauty, really great makeup. But do you see how you can kind of push the product into all the little nooks and crannies, right? Imagine, like, have you ever had a Thomas's English muffin? They literally say it's better because of all the nooks and crannies. Well, if you just put a knife over the top, you'll get some butter on there. But if you were to take like a pastry chef, like a pastry brush, and really brush that Thomas's English muffin, you're gonna get butter into every little nook and cranny, right? So this is why it's important, I think, look at that. Then any leftover I can take, like if I have a little bit of red peeking through my nose, maybe take a tiny bit on the tip of my nose. Okay, that's very pretty. It's very pretty. Let's see how it looks. Looks great. Now I can kind of take my finger if I want to make sure all the little edges are blended out. But I mean, this looks high end, am I right? This does not look drugstore. This looks high end. I get so excited. I do, I get so excited. Okay, I bought a crazy pink blush because I was feeling it. And I knew I wanted to wear this fun aqua shirt. So I felt like I needed pink, and we're gonna do a light pink lip, and that's why I put a little bit of pink on the eyes. So what do I always say about powder products? Powder blends on powder. If I went right in with this, it would stick, especially if it had a lot of pigment in it. So it's very important to prime our skin with, let me see, is this, no, that's too, you want something really light and fluffy. What's this brush? This is Nikki La Rose by BK Beauty, and all her brushes are now individual. You don't have to buy them in a set. They just launched individually a couple days ago. Okay, so I kind of roll the brush and tap it. I'm kind of rolling and tapping. And then wherever I'm putting blush, I'm putting powder. Now notice I'm not going under the eye. I'm staying just kind of, watch, I'm tapping and rolling. I'm staying kind of in the apple and kind of on the outer cheekbone, because that's where we're gonna put, you know what, while I got it here, let's just do a little bit up here, because I want to be glowy and radiant without looking like I have any shine on my face. Okay, now we can go in with a beautiful brush. And again, I'm going to use the Nikki La Rose BK Beauty. And I'm going to take this, and I don't know how, you have to test it first on the back of your hand. So it picked up some nice pigment. Let's see. Okay, it's not super pigmented. This is good. That means you can be heavy-handed with it and you're not going to go crazy. Oh, this is cute. This is cute. So I'm concentrating on the apple because that's what you're going to see on the red carpet. They don't do social media makeup. They don't go high and on the outside. It doesn't look flattering. You want blush where you would naturally blush, right? Now, some of us blush like right here down our face. That's so cute on children and teens, but we have to be careful as mature women. We don't want to bring the color down too low, but you're gonna blush where you naturally blush. And we don't want, because it's a powder, I'm not taking it up to the eye area because I don't want it to settle into all my little crow's feet and crinkles. But that looks so cute. Look how cute that looks. Love it. I love it. And then you can take the tiniest bit, tiny, like tiny, tiny bit. And this is only if you want to, but I'm an 80s girl, so we always did blush on the nose. You could even take the tiniest bit, tiny, tiny, hold on, gotta open it up. Taking the tip of the brush, you could even do the tiniest bit up on your brow bone. You see that? Just kind of gives the eyes and cheeks a cohesive look, and it's just on the outside of the brow bone only. That's it, and it's so light, you almost wouldn't know it was there, okay? Okay, cute. A little on the chin. Now you can go back to that brush that had foundation in it, and we're not going to put any more foundation, but you can go in and you can blend the outside of the blush so that it's just seamless. See how seamless that is? You almost can't tell where it is. It's just, you see pink, but you don't see placement of the pink, okay? That is so cute. That is called Rose and Play. I just saw it and I was just like, that is so girly. I have to have that. Okay, now we're gonna go in with their Shine Loud or Line Loud. And what color is this? They kill me. They kill me. It's not just drugstore you can't read, it's all brands. This is called Imitation. Oh, Ambition Statement. Okay, Ambition Statement. See how it's got the tiniest bit of pink in it? I just wanted the tiniest bit. Sorry, I get so focused that I don't realize I'm covering. I go slightly above my Cupid's bow, just slightly. We still want to look cute close up. We don't want to look. Okay, and then taking the side of the pencil, just feathering in the outer, because I'm not doing lipstick, I'm just doing gloss. Feathering in just the sides. Cute, very cute. Like, see how it makes my lips look fuller? And then I got the cutest lip color. It took me a long time to find the proper one, but I love this. This is their butter gloss. I love their butter gloss. I've used it for years. This one is called Creme Brulee. Yeah, Creme Brulee, and it's quite pink. This reminds me of my favorite MAC combination in the 90s. I would use Spice with Purr. P-R-R-R-R-R-R would just purr. Now Purr was a light pinky peach shimmer. This does not have shimmer in it. Not always a huge fan of shimmer on the lips. Not pretty. So it's important what liner you pick, because the liner is going to kind of show through a little bit, but I knew I wanted a light pink lip with this pink cheek. Okay, now that I can see everything on, I do need a little tiny bit of bronzer, so I'm glad I bought a bronzer. And I bought their matte bronzer, and I bought it in medium. They had light, but I thought, oh, light's gonna be too light, and I want to be able to use this for the next year, so I went with medium. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna use my Saint bronzer brush, because it puts everything on, because it's so big, it puts everything on more soft and diffused. So I'm just gonna go at the top a little bit. It's pigmented, as you can see. This is a pigmented bronzer. Okay. And then a little on the outside of the face. See how I'm just kind of pouncing it on, and because it's a big brush, it's kind of almost fanning the product out, so I don't have to be specific. I really love this brush. I usually don't use any Saint in my Saturday videos, but there's nothing. Look how huge this brush is compared to, like, it's almost the size of my palm. It's just a huge brush, and it puts things on. Oh yeah. It puts things on a little bit more sheer. Ooh, peeling on my neck finally from my TCA peel. It's about time. Okay, we're gonna go down here. I'll talk about my peels in a few months. I need to do them longer and see how they look. Pretty, okay? I'm not going in the temples, but you want to kind of do the sides of the forehead without going in the temples. And I know that sounds contradictory, but it's not. And then if you want to, now in person here, it looks completely blended and airbrush, but if for any reason you feel like, oh, I see maybe a little bit too much of the contrast or division, you can just take your original foundation, kind of blend it all out. Okay, now that feels super pretty, but now I do feel like I need the tiniest bit of highlighter. They did not have overly contoured or highlighted faces at the EMMYS. It was quite lit from within, like kind of the look of like Hourglass, the Hourglass ambient lighting products. That's kind of what it looked like to me. So we're just gonna go. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. This, again, this is the medium contour stick. So this is the color highlight you get. And then I think I'm gonna do a little bit. See that? It's got the tiny, it's like a champagne. It's like a warm champagne. I wouldn't call it gold. No, I'm not gonna do my upper lip. You see young women do that, and you know what? I think it makes skin look like we're having a hot flash. Okay, so we're just gonna, now because we have powder blush on and we put a cream over it, I would not use your fingers. I would carefully use a brush, just carefully. You have to be careful how you layer things. See, now that's a nice glow. That's a nice glow that looks like skincare. Bravo, NYX. I might do a little bit here at the top of my cheek. Sometimes I find when you do the top of your cheek with a highlighter, it makes your cheeks look like they have more volume and more light. Now, obviously, people accuse me of having cheek filler, and I do not. I've always had these cheeks, but do you see how it makes your apple look rounder, because now you've got this light, this light bounce coming at the top. Oops, I did it again. You guys, I'm so bad. Okay. Okay, this looks really cute. Oh, and I bought a setting spray. I'm really loving the tanner on the neck, by the way. This is a nice bronzer. This is a really nice bronzer. Okay, and then this is their Plump Finish with electrolyte setting spray. I didn't want dewy and I didn't want matte. So, okay, there we go. Ooh, it's wet. You gotta saturate. You gotta get that face wet for it to work. If you think that setting sprays don't work, I don't think you're saturating your face enough, and yet there's a fine line. You don't want it dripping either, because then you're gonna, look at that highlight. Do you see that? It's so subtle, it just looks like radiant skin. And see how you can see some contour, but you don't see like a stripe of it. Okay, nice, very nice. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it all looks really, really pretty. It does, it all looks really, really pretty. So there you go. We have ourselves some red carpet soft glam using all NYX. What do you think? I'm regretting the lashes, but we're gonna just keep them. What do we think of the nose contour? What do we think of this blush color? It's really subtle. But P.S., anytime you put red or pink on high def, it's going to intensify. So this look, like if I went on stage with this at the Golden Globes, it might look even pinker. That's why I kept it soft. I normally like a little more blush than this, but I know high def camera, it intensifies pinks and reds. Trust me, I had some really bad on camera, bad experiences where it looked beautiful when I put it on the actress, it looked beautiful on the monitors, and then months later when it came on TV or film, I was like, this is going back before 2010 when we were all still learning high def, but whoa, you have to be light-handed with pinks and reds, okay? Well, there we go. I feel like this looks super high-end. If I was sitting in a chair of a famous makeup artist from Hollywood, this would feel very Hollywood high-end. Let me see. I do have the tiniest bit of texture through here, but look how beautiful it looks on camera. Look at this. Doesn't it just look so blended and velvety? But close up, I have the tiniest bit of dry texture going on here. Not as bad as a liquid foundation because it's that serum concealer, but you know, this is why it's good to do a trial run for an important day, like a wedding or a reunion. Like, do a trial run. It's so important because you want to see how does it look at the end of the day. How does it look close up? The skin looks pretty good. It really does. It looks like makeup for sure. This looks like makeup. It doesn't look like I just rolled out of a salon, like, or a spa. It looks like makeup, but it's very pretty. And I'm gonna tell you this, I zoomed in on some actresses when their makeup artists post their videos. So maybe they're in the makeup chair and they're in front of a really pretty hotel window and the makeup artist takes the picture. I go in and I zoom in on the makeup, and every single solitary time I can see makeup texture. I saw it on Julianne Moore. I saw it on Juliette Lewis. I saw it on Emma Stone. I saw it on Margot Robbie. You can see makeup texture because you know why? Makeup has texture, and you put texture on top of texture and you can see texture. But they need to look beautiful on the red carpet. They need to look beautiful on stage. So that's just the nature of makeup. But don't compare your look at home to them on the red carpet, because you don't zoom in the way I do. You don't see that I can see their makeup. So if you can see your makeup, you're normal. Bravo. Makeup is visible. We're not fooling anyone. Makeup is makeup, okay? I just want you to know that. Anyway, well, I hope you love this. I think I'm gonna do Milani next week, but I'm not positive. So let me know in comments what you would like to see for my final Bougie on a Budget series for the month of January. I will continue to do drugstore throughout the year, but I'm ending Bougie on a Budget for January just because January is a tight month, and I think we're gonna end with Milani. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I could change my mind. I also went to Wet n Wild and it was gone. It was just gone. There was like 2 products in the whole display at Ulta. Wet n Wild was gone. So I don't think I can do Wet n Wild, but I've done Wet n Wild a lot. I'd like to do maybe a full face of Milani, but we'll see. Okay, I'm so glad you were here today. Thank you for hanging out. Remember, if you want more mature beauty content, don't forget to subscribe. I love you, God loves you, and I will see you Monday night for the Monday Beauty Review.